Hey there, I'm Jake. Today we're going to do a hamstring opening sequence. Come onto your mat. Start at the top of your mat. Feet hips width apart. It's about 2 fists width apart. Feet straight forward. Bow forward. Touch the floor in front of you. Bend your knees enough to release your low back. And bend your knees enough to touch the floor. And you should already feel those hamstrings fire. Okay, and then inhale. You're going to straighten your legs, lift halfway up, hands to the floor to your shins, and exhale, bow forward and touch. Okay, a couple times like that with your own breath. Okay, every time you bow, just make sure you bend your knees enough to release your back and to touch the floor. Okay, with your next in-breath, legs straight, lift halfway up, hands on your hips, shoulders back. Come up to stand. Okay, arms at your side. Big breath in, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, arms out at your side. Okay, full breath, reach up. And exhale, bow all the way forward again. Touch the floor in front of you. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose, step back. Legs strong for low plank. Keep your shoulders lifted, lower your hips. For cobra, point your feet, pull your chest forward. And exhale, down dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. And down dog, just bend your knees enough to get your low back to release. And so far as you feel a lift out of your low back, you're actively stretching back through your heels. And inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow. Deep breath in, arms overhead. And exhale, arms out at your side. Okay, inhale, reach up. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, shift weight into your right foot. Step your left foot way back for a lunge. And bend your front knee over your ankle. Back foot's vertical. And twist open. Reach your right arm up. Tilt your gaze up. Okay, keep that back leg strong. Bend your front knee deeply as you twist. Okay, exhale. Hands to the floor. Step forward. And switch sides. Left foot forward. Right foot back for lunge. Okay, make sure your left knee's over your ankle, your back foot's vertical, power up your back leg, and inhale, twist open, reach your left arm up. Chest spins open towards the ceiling. Okay, and exhale, hands to the floor, step back for plank. Legs straight for low plank. Okay, lower down to your mat, point your feet, bring your arms alongside your body. Inhale, lengthen your back to lift up, shoulders up, arms lift. Legs lift for locust. Take no bend in the knees, reach back through your feet. And exhale, hands flat, tops of feet down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. Okay. Inhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand for a low lunge. Lower your back knee super gently. And give it a few breaths here. And turn your right foot at a diagonal to the right. Just make sure your right knee points the same direction as your foot. So far as your right knee stays aligned, you can bend your elbows, give it a few breaths. Settle in onto your forearms for the hip opener. And keep the right heel heavy. Scissor square your right hip back. And come on up. Wiggle your right foot towards the center of your mat. Wiggle your right foot forward for half split. Okay, so make sure you're long enough in your stance, your left knee slightly behind your left hip. And your right toes point straight up, right knee points straight up. Hands on either side of your right shin to the floor. Or blocks. Okay, if you don't have blocks and you can't touch, just go ahead and bend your right knee as much as you need to touch down. Okay, but keep your right toes flicked up. Okay. Okay, then you're going to turn your right foot to the left, just an inch, inch and a half. Okay, and you rotate your knee with your foot. You rotate your whole thigh to the left with your foot and knee. So your whole leg rotates to the left at the same rate. Okay, then second side, keep your toes flicked up. Your whole leg rotates to the right, just an inch. Okay, so the toes, the knee, the whole thigh rotates in its hip socket right to hit both the medial and lateral hamstrings. Okay, and come back to center and slide it back, down dog. Okay, second side, inhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand for a low lunge. Okay, lower your back knee gently, angle your left foot at a diagonal to the left. Widen your left knee to point to the same direction as your foot. And so far as your left knee doesn't buckle in, you can bend your elbows, give it a few breaths for your hips to open. Eventually come onto your forearms. Okay, how you know you've gone too far is if that left knee starts to creep in. Get taller if you need. Okay, come on up and slide your left foot more towards the center of your mat so that when you straighten your left leg out, your left toes point straight up so that your second toe of your left foot points straight up, even with the center of your left kneecap, even with the center of your left hip crest. Okay, so you stretch all three hamstrings evenly. Okay, then we'll do this hamstring flossing technique where you're going to turn your left foot to the right just an inch, maybe inch and a half. Okay, just make sure your knee rotates at the same rate as your foot. Your whole thigh rotates to the right at the same rate as your knee and your foot. So your whole leg rotates. And then second side, what makes this safe to do is that you've got your left foot engaged. Okay, flick those toes up, don't let it relax. I know it burns. Okay, you're gonna turn your left foot left. Your whole leg rotates left. Okay, bring it back to center. Step it back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands. Warrior two. And side angle, right forearm to your right thigh, left arm by your ear. Turn your chest towards the ceiling. And hands to the floor, step back. Second side, left foot between your hands. Warrior two. And side angle, left forearm to your left thigh, right arm by your ear. Square your hips and chest towards the wall to your right. Look up if it doesn't hurt your neck. And hands to the floor. Down dog. Okay, step your right foot between your hands. Spin both feet towards the wide edge of your mat. Okay, adjust your feet so they're even with one another. Adjust your feet so they're straight. And you bend your knees as much as you have to touch the floor and clear your low back and hip flexors. Okay, so far as you feel release in your low back, you can straighten your legs out as straight as they'll go. And bow right down the middle. Weight even both in the heels as much as the tops of your feet. Okay, that's how you know your hips are stacked over your knees. Hips and knees stack over your ankles. So the architecture, the pose is lined up. And go ahead and lift halfway up, come onto your fingertips, arms straight. Turn your right foot to the front edge of the mat. Frame out your right foot at the top of your mat like a lunge. Step back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower for low plank. Inhale, cobra. Enough bend in the elbows, keep your shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward for pyramid pose. Pyramid, take a short enough stance, both heels are rooted. Angle your left foot towards the upper left corner of your mat. Square your hips, fold over your right leg. Hands to either side of your right foot to the floor or blocks, or if you can't touch and you don't have blocks, bend your right knee as much as you have to touch the floor. Okay, but you're actively stretching the backs of your legs. Twist to the right and bow. Okay, step forward. Switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back for pyramid. Hands to either side of your left foot, to the floor or blocks, or bend your knee. You're actively straightening the legs. Okay, make sure your feet are at least inner hips width apart, so you're not on a tightrope. So twist to the left as you bow. Okay, step forward, bow at the top. Okay, feel the difference from the first one you did. And bend your knees, sit down, lie on your back. For bridge pose, bend your knees, place your feet, ankles underneath your knees, feet hips width apart, root your feet down to lift your hips up, lift your low back up. You can either clasp your hands underneath you, or arms alongside you, palms spin up, whichever helps you set your shoulders underneath you, and lower down to the floor. Feet as wide as your mat, both knees windshield wiper right. Rest your right foot across your left thigh. Arms out like cactus arms, look to the left. Root your left shoulder down. Okay, and second side, both knees, windshield wiper left. Rest your left foot across your right thigh. Look right, right shoulder roots down. And bring it back, hug your knees in for happy baby. And reach your right leg out straight on the floor. Right toes point up, right knee points up. Hold the back of your left thigh with your hands for a reclined hamstring stretch. You can walk your hands up the leg so your hamstring opens. Okay, just engage this left foot evenly to get an even stretch through all your hamstrings. And second side, left leg out. Left toes point up, left knee points straight up. Hold the back of your right thigh with your hands for a supine hamstring stretch. As your hamstring opens, you can walk your hands up the calf and draw your shin in. I ought to be able to set a water bottle on the right sole of your foot and it wouldn't tip off. So you stretch all those hamstrings evenly. Okay, bend your knees in, come on up. And stretch your right leg out. Bend your left knee in for Janu Shirsasana. And twist to the right, reach your left hand for your right foot, or outer shin or thigh. Whatever you could reach. And most importantly, root your right leg down. Tip your weight in your left hip, twist right, and fold. Okay, and second side, left leg out, right knee in. For Janu, twist to the left. Reach your right hand for your left foot or a leg. Whatever you could get. More importantly, root your left leg down. That's what's going to open up your hamstrings effectively while protecting your back. Okay, and twist to the left and bow. Okay, and then you're going to swing both legs straight out, feet hips width apart, toes straight up, knees straight up, hands behind you, lift your low back up, and inhale, reach up and over, hands over tops of your feet. Okay, if you can't quite reach your feet, bring your feet wider. If you still can't quite reach your feet, either strap around the balls of the feet or hands behind you, root your legs down as straight as they'll go. Again, this will protect your back rather than trying to force yourself into it. Okay, if you've got your feet, press the hands against the feet, feet against your hands to root your legs down. Lengthen your low back, elbows wide and up. Draw the top of your head towards the tops of your feet. All right. Come on up. Hands behind you, lift your chest. Nice work. Happy hamstrings. Nice quick hamstring opening class. Hope you've enjoyed. My name's Jake. Hope to see you again soon. Namaste.